Last Saturday, the regular high school football season came to a close, and this week we began a long weekend of action of playoff football. Started tonight at the Moscow Kibbie Dome with the first round of the B8 playoff finals. Take a look at some scores and really two blowouts in this contest. In the opener at 6 o'clock, Garfield Palouse had no trouble with Tico Oakesdale, piling up 424 yards in total offense. Rick Fisher had 3 touchdowns. Wade Brantner rushed for 115 yards on just 6 carries with 2 touchdowns. As Garfield Palouse advances on, they will now play Inchelium in the next round next weekend. Roselia is leading with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they will win this contest. It's just a matter of how much. They beat up on St. John Endicott early on in the season. They're doing it again tonight in the Kibbie Dome. Jason Reed has scored 4 touchdowns. Brian Stebel, the quarterback for Roselia, had 2 touchdowns passing, and they now will advance on and play Lind in the next round of the state B8 finals. We'll have a complete high school wrap-up for you tomorrow night on Friday Night Sports Extra of the big first weekend of high school football playoffs. Well, there will be a strange feeling on the Montana State sideline this weekend as the Bobcats will take on Eastern Washington. Head coach Dave Arnold knows it will be his final game as coach of Montana State because he was fired this afternoon. Just 2 short seasons ago, Arnold led Montana State to a national title, but in these other 3 seasons, he has been 1-10, 2-9, and 3-7.
I felt hurt. I felt let down. I felt, the loyalty that myself and my staff has shown to Montana State didn't mean an awful lot. People have to realize that and realize what college athletics is all about. Unfortunately, Montana State now is gone to what I consider putting wins and losses in front of the things that are really important, and that's their decision. They have to live with it.
From the penthouse to the outhouse, Dave Arnold on the outside looking in. Saturday's Montana State-Eastern Washington game will feature 2 teams who had hoped for better seasons this year. Well, the Ferris Saxons lost just once all season long in GSL volleyball, and that loss to Shadle Park, and then a loss to Shadle Park in the playoffs, knocked them out of the state tournament, kind of. It seems that Ferris has to battle 3 other GSL teams for the other AAA spot, and tonight the Saxons took out some of their frustrations on the LC Tigers. This game was not for a spot in the playoffs, but it was for the right to play to get to the playoffs. Saxon led early thanks in part to some mistakes for Lewis and Clark. Watch the bad set here. The ball is hit into net. Saxons will take the points anyway. They can get them more. Watch the more points. A nice deep serve in the easy kill. Saxons won the first game 15-2. They relaxed a little bit but had no trouble in the second contest. They won it 15-10 and really just steamroll over Lewis and Clark. Ferris will now play Central Valley, who lost the first game to Meade, had to rally to win the final 2. So it'll be Ferris and Meade Saturday night at Spokane Falls Community College. The winner goes on to the state AAA playoffs. The loser, his season is over. Well, both the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers have been struggling so far this season. Tonight, the Oilers continue to have their problems, but the Flames got some help from one of the great hockey names, Hull. Let's take a look at the action. First, we'll go to Hartford tonight, or I should say we'll go to Calgary tonight, and then we'll look at the Calgary-Hartford game. Ray Ferraro, the Trail BC native, with the goal there, and the Whalers are up 3-2 late. But Brett Hull would get the game winner eventually here, his first NHL goal, the son of the former great Bobby Hull. And that is the first of many for the new Calgary Flame. He just was called up yesterday. Calgary goes on to win 4-3. The Oilers were cleaning up in Boston until the third period when they blew a 3-1 lead. Paul Boudelier will get a short-handed goal here, and that would tie things up at 3, send it into overtime, and that's where the Bruins would win it. Former Oiler Kenny Linsman will get his first goal of the season, and Boston wins it over Edmonton 4-3. The Oilers really having some problems. There you see the scores from tonight. And one other volleyball note to mention to you, Reardon and Freeman have advanced on to the State B volleyball tournament. Hunters, Northwest Christian, Wilbur Creston, and Springdale will all play Saturday for one final spot.
And you better get your long underwear out for tomorrow night. You have that Sports
West
Extra.
Valley High School
and
freezing.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. If there's any snow on the ground, we'll talk to Steve Mumm after.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not you for tomorrow night.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Dennis. And coming up, we'll see if there indeed is going to be snow flying around here in Spokane tonight. Steve Mumm up next with that pinpoint forecast.
And we'll show you how some expert skiers are putting their Utah snow to use. Stay with us.
Ooh.